The music industry is home to many larger-than-life figures who mesmerize fans with their incredible talent and magnetic presence. Yet, behind the scenes, some of these celebrated musicians reveal a different side that can be quite off-putting. Their controversial actions, clashes with the law, or infamous attitudes can leave fans shocked and disillusioned. For instance, certain artists have a reputation for being difficult to work with, or displaying erratic behavior that makes interactions uncomfortable. Others have faced legal troubles that paint a troubling picture of their offstage lives. Additionally, some musicians have been known for their abrasive personalities, making it clear that their onstage charisma does not translate to real-life encounters. This stark contrast between their public persona and private behavior raises questions about the true nature of fame and its impact on character. As we explore the lives of these musicians, it becomes evident that meeting them in person might not be the dream many fans imagine. Rising to fame as the androgynous lead singer of the iconic 80s band Culture Club, Boy George captivated audiences with his distinctive voice and flamboyant persona. He became a symbol of gender-bending fashion and a key figure in the pop culture revolution of that era. However, beneath the glittering facade of success, Boy George faced a crippling drug addiction that significantly impacted his later career. Throughout the 80s, he encountered numerous incidents related to drug possession, openly admitting to his struggles. The most notorious incident occurred in 2009, when his private life collided with scandal during a naked photo session at his home with a male escort. Cocaine use heightened the tensions, and suspecting the escort of attempting to access his computer, George reacted impulsively, handcuffing the man to a wall fixture. The situation escalated further as he retrieved straps, adult toys, and chains, using them to physically assault the escort. The escort managed to break free and escape, leading to Boy George being sentenced to 15 months in prison. However, he served only 4 months due to his celebrity status. Beyond his legal troubles, Boy George's career has been marked by artistic highs and personal lows, reflecting the complexities of fame and personal struggle. Known for his impressive acting career, Billy Bob Thornton also pursues music with his band, the Boxmasters. He is quite serious about keeping his two careers separate, which has led to some uncomfortable situations. A notable example occurred during an interview on a Toronto radio station with host John Jesse. When Jesse mentioned Thornton's acting background, Thornton reacted with clear irritation. This moment marked the beginning of an awkward and tense interview. Despite Jesse's efforts to steer the conversation toward the band's music, Thornton remained evasive and dismissive. When asked about the band's formation, he bluntly replied that he did not know what Jesse was talking about. Even when Jesse mentioned that the Boxmasters were touring with Willie Nelson, Thornton unconvincingly claimed he had never met him. The atmosphere grew heavy with ridicule and hostility, and Thornton later defended his actions by stating that Jesse had been told not to mention his acting career. The situation worsened when the Boxmasters were scheduled to perform live in the studio. Thornton refused to participate, saying he did not have his drums, and then abruptly left the studio. This display of arrogance and unprofessionalism led to immediate backlash, as the audience at their Toronto shows booed him. Following this incident, 2 subsequent shows were cancelled, highlighting the fallout from Thornton's inability to manage the crossover between his acting and music careers. Even years later, he has not shown any remorse for the interview with Jesse. Thornton continues to navigate both fields, but he remains sensitive about any overlap between his public personas. His commitment to both acting and music has kept him relevant in Hollywood, though the 29 incident still lingers in public memory. Renowned for his soulful voice and charismatic presence, CeeLo Green faced a dramatic downturn in his career during 2012 and 2013 when serious allegations shook the music industry. He was accused of providing a woman with drugs and subsequently assaulting her. This accusation cast a dark shadow over his previously successful career. In response to the allegations, Green entered a plea of no contest to a drug felony charge, resulting in 3 years of probation and a requirement to complete 45 days of community service. Although the assault charges against him were dropped due to insufficient evidence, Green's situation worsened when he took to Twitter to express his controversial views on assault. His remarks, particularly the suggestion that an unconscious person could still give consent, ignited a firestorm of criticism from the public and advocacy groups. Facing vehement backlash, he quickly deleted the tweets and issued a public apology, asserting that he would never condone harm against women. Despite his efforts to mitigate the damage, The incident severely tarnished Green's reputation and credibility within the music industry and beyond. The frontman of the 80s and 90s hair metal veterans Skid Row, Sebastian Bach, holds a special place in the hearts of music fans despite having a dicey history offstage. In 1989, he wore a t-shirt that mocked the AIDS crisis, which many found offensive. That same year, he threw a bottle from the stage, accidentally breaking a woman's nose. Fast forward to 2010, when Bach was visiting a bar with live music in his hometown of Ontario. He asked the singer if he and his friends could come up to perform a song, but the musician directed them to the pub's manager instead. This response did not sit well with Bach, who was confused about why a local entertainer would not want the famous rock singer to join him on stage. In frustration, Bach and his group began to heckle the artist loudly, even throwing ice cubes at him from their seats. The staff at the pub, understandably nervous about the situation, eventually asked Bach's party to leave. When the owner denied Bach's request to take his wine with him, he smashed the glass in anger. The nervous owner had no choice but to call the police. Unsurprisingly, Bach took offense to this as well. The scene escalated when the owner tried to restrain him in a bear hug, leading Bach to react in a way that many would describe as unhinged. Renowned as the founder of the notoriously wild and provocative band Mötley Crüe, Tommy Lee has amassed a reputation for his tumultuous personal life and headline-grabbing antics. The band's biography, The Dirt, chronicles their outrageous escapades in vivid detail, revealing Lee's own share of controversies. His turbulent relationship with Pamela Anderson garnered widespread attention, particularly during the 1990s. The infamous honeymoon tape, recorded in 1995, was stolen and widely circulated in 1996, further fueling public fascination with the couple. Following this, Lee was arrested in 1998, and a California court sentenced him to 6 months in jail and 3 years of probation for spousal violence. One notable incident of such violence involved an altercation with Anderson while she held their infant son, stemming from a disagreement over her parents' visit. Lee's penchant for provocative behavior also led to public incidents, such as at a concert in North Carolina where he and bandmate Nikki Sixx poured beer on a security guard, resulting in charges of inciting a riot. Another serious incident involved a drowning at Lee's home during his son's birthday party, leading to a legal battle that concluded with Lee being acquitted in 2018. More recently, Lee found himself hospitalized after a physical altercation with his adult son. Tommy Lee's life and career are marked by a series of tumultuous events and controversies, showcasing a life that is anything but ordinary. Kanye West's presence in the music industry is often marked by a mix of talent and controversy. Despite his undeniable skills as an artist, his inflated ego and unpredictable behavior frequently push fans and critics away. One of the most talked about aspects of his performances is his chronic tardiness. Fans have often found themselves waiting for hours, only to see shows canceled or interrupted by West's erratic choices. On stage, he has been known to go on long, rambling monologues, take unexpected breaks for rants, or even appear under the influence of drugs. In 2014, during a concert in Sydney, West made headlines when he demanded that the entire audience stand up. When he noticed a fan in a wheelchair who could not comply, he publicly shamed the individual, insisting they should rise. This incident drew widespread criticism and showcased a lack of awareness about the challenges faced by people with disabilities. Instead of reflecting on this backlash, West continued to make demands for audience participation at another event in Australia, asking those not standing to prove their disabilities. Such requests were seen as offensive and discriminatory, further alienating many fans. His actions not only detract from his musical achievements, but also perpetuate harmful stereotypes and insensitivity towards marginalized communities. As the lead singer and main creative force behind the Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan rose to fame in the 1990s with songs that captured the feelings of anger and dissatisfaction experienced by many. Tracks like Zero became anthems for a generation of disillusioned youth. However, Corgan's journey has not been without its controversies. Over the years, he has developed a reputation for starting and maintaining feuds, often with people close to him. One of his most notable relationships was with Courtney Love, the lead singer of Hole. Their romantic involvement spanned before and after her marriage to Kurt Cobain. Corgan contributed to Hole's acclaimed album Celebrity Skin, yet he later criticized the work publicly. Tensions flared again when songs he wrote for Love's solo album were used without his consent, prompting him to lash out on Twitter, telling her to live off her husband's money. His antagonistic behavior continued into 2011 when he made offensive remarks towards a trans woman, showcasing a troubling level of insensitivity. In 2016, Corgan appeared on the controversial Alex Jones Show, where he made inflammatory comparisons between progressive social justice advocates and the KKK, as well as Maoist leaders. Despite facing significant backlash for these actions, Corgan has not issued apologies, and these incidents have left a lasting impact on his legacy, overshadowing his musical achievements with a pattern of indecency and rudeness. Curtis Jackson, better known as 50 Cent, often presents a demeanor that many perceive as perpetually angry. This perception can be traced back to his tumultuous past, which includes surviving being shot 9 times. One might assume that such a traumatic experience would lead someone to develop a more optimistic outlook on life, perhaps fostering kindness towards others, including family. However, 50 Cent seems to harbor deep-seated resentment that affects both his close relationships and interactions with strangers. A prime example of this is his ongoing feud with his son, Marquise Jackson. Their strained relationship has been a topic of public discussion for over a decade, marked by numerous public spats. In 2018, after seeing an Instagram photo of his son, 50 Cent shockingly commented that he wouldn't mind if Marquise got hit by a bus. This harsh statement underscores the bitterness that exists between them. Furthermore, 50 Cent's interactions with the broader public have also raised eyebrows. In a notable incident, he mocked a teenage airport employee during a live video. The young man, who was simply trying to do his job and avoid eye contact, was accused by 50 Cent of being high on drugs based solely on his behavior and dilated pupils. The video went viral and drew widespread criticism, particularly after it was revealed that the teenager had autism and social anxiety, not a drug habit as 50 Cent had assumed. Following public outcry, including backlash from the boy's parents, 50 Cent issued what many considered a rather insincere apology. These incidents paint a picture of a musician whose public persona is marked by anger and a lack of empathy, making him a figure that many people would prefer to avoid in real life. Upon hearing a sample of what would become the legendary album Pet Sounds, Mike Love, a member of the Beach Boys and cousin of chief songwriter Brian Wilson, did not hold back his criticism. He mocked Wilson's innovative sound, claiming that only the ears of a dog could appreciate it. This derisive comment unintentionally led to the album's name, Pet Sounds, highlighting Love's contentious nature. His behavior did not stop there. In 1992, he took legal action against Wilson, successfully suing him for songwriting credits on numerous classic Beach Boys songs. This feud escalated in 2005 when Love sued Wilson again, accusing him of misusing the Beach Boys' legacy by releasing a CD to promote Wilson's solo project Smile. Ironically, the original Smile album had been shelved due to Love's harsh critiques. Love's antagonism extended beyond Wilson, as seen during the Beach Boys' induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988. In a display of arrogance, he insulted other legendary bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones, boasting about the Beach Boys' performance schedule while belittling the achievements of his peers. Known for his musical talents in bands like Jane's Addiction and the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Dave Navarro is equally recognized for his striking persona. His distinctive style features eyeliner and painted nails, which has helped him create a memorable image that goes beyond his music. Navarro's debut solo album, Trust No One, reveals a glimpse into his personal struggles and emotional challenges, offering listeners a raw and honest look at his life. His reputation became even more controversial during a visit to Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion in the late 1990s, where he engaged in extravagant and reckless behavior. Reports suggest that Navarro participated in provocative actions, allegedly influenced by illicit substances. A shocking incident occurred when he marked the mansion's walls with his own blood, an act that was captured on security footage. This behavior led to Hugh Hefner banning Navarro from the Playboy Mansion. Additionally, his tumultuous journey included being fired from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, further solidifying his polarizing image in the music world. Though she is a major actress and a mega successful pop singer, Jennifer Lopez insists she's still just a normal person, as she emphasizes in her hit single Jenny from the Block. However, there is a heap of evidence suggesting that Lopez prefers not to mingle with ordinary people. An associate of the singer revealed that Lopez does not speak directly to salespeople, restaurant staff, hotel personnel, or flight attendants. Instead, she only communicates through her assistant. For instance, a flight attendant once asked Lopez if he could get her a beverage, but the attendant recalled that she did not acknowledge him, turned her head away, and instructed her personal assistant to request a Diet Coke with lime on her behalf. Similarly, in 2012, a maid working at a hotel in Germany asked Lopez for an autograph during her stay. The request was denied by Lopez's assistant, and the maid claimed she was fired the next day after Lopez complained. This behavior raises questions about her down-to-earth image. In a 1998 interview with Movieline, Lopez described Cameron Diaz as a lucky model who had been given many opportunities, expressing a wish that Diaz had done more with them. She remarked that Winona Ryder gets nominated for Oscars, but claimed she had never heard anyone say they loved Ryder's work. Perhaps the harshest criticism was reserved for Gwyneth Paltrow, about whom Lopez stated she couldn't remember anything Paltrow was in, suggesting that she may not be as relatable as she portrays herself to be. Fans of rock music hold Eric Clapton in the highest esteem when it comes to listing the greatest guitarists in history. He has written some of the most timeless songs, and is known for some of the most classic riffs and solos ever. However, it is when he talks that things sometimes take a turn. Clapton has usually been the first to admit that he is greatly indebted to the black blues musicians who came before him. Yet, during a 1976 concert in Birmingham, England, his behavior shocked many. A drug and alcohol-fueled Clapton shouted to his concert crowd to keep Britain white, and expressed his support for a racist political member of parliament while chanting racial slurs. His remarks made it clear that he did not want people of color in what he believed should be a white country. In the years since, Clapton has expressed remorse, attributing his actions to his addiction. However, even in his apologies, he has made statements that have raised eyebrows, such as claiming that half of his friends were black, and mentioning that he dated a black woman. At least he has acknowledged his past mistakes and apologized for them. If you thought we were done with the male crew, you were wrong. Vince Neil, the charismatic frontman of the band, is renowned for his wild persona both on and off the stage. Beyond his musical career, Neil's life has been marked by many controversies. In 1984, he was involved in a tragic car accident while driving under the influence. His recklessness caused the death of his passenger, Nicholas Razzle Dingley, the drummer of Hanoi Rocks. Despite the severity of the incident, Neil served a brief jail sentence of only 15 days and was placed on probation for 5 years. One might think that such a harrowing tragedy would teach him an important lesson, but far from it. Over the years, Neil faced multiple DUI charges, including incidents in 2007 and 2010, reflecting ongoing struggles with alcohol-related issues. He was also notably involved in an altercation in Las Vegas with actor Nicolas Cage. During a misunderstanding with a young woman, Neil mistook her approach for aggression and forcefully pulled her by the hair, causing her to fall. Nicolas Cage intervened, trying to defuse the situation, but both individuals were reportedly intoxicated at the time. Despite Cage's intervention, Neil was charged with misdemeanor battery. It is clear that Neil is nowhere near getting rid of his troubling alcoholism, which has resulted in so much harm to those around him. Morrissey is known for his influential role in the music industry as the former frontman of the Smiths, and as a standalone artist. However, he has also garnered attention for controversial statements and behaviors that have led to public scrutiny throughout his career. Morrissey has expressed strong and often polarizing opinions on various social and political issues. His comments on immigration, for instance, have been criticized for their xenophobic undertones, particularly when he claimed in a 2007 interview that the British identity was eroding due to immigration. When confronted about his remarks, Morrissey denied being xenophobic or racist. On a more positive note, his advocacy for animal rights and vegetarianism is well documented, yet his approach has sometimes been inflammatory. During an interview with The Guardian, he criticized animal rights abuses in China, but went on to say that one can't help but feel that the Chinese are a subspecies, sparking significant outrage and condemnation. In response to the Harvey Weinstein scandal, Morrissey made hurtful comments regarding assault, suggesting that some victims might view their experiences as merely disappointing, which drew backlash from the public. He also made controversial statements about various public figures, blaming Kate Middleton for a nurse's suicide after a prank call incident. Additionally, he downplayed the severity of the Norway massacre in 2011 and controversially expressed his desire for Elton John's demise. Since then, Morrissey has become a fairly divisive figure in the music industry and